Welcome, and thank you for joining me today in this practice of gratitude. I was inspired to do a practice on gratitude because of some of the research that's coming out from organizations such as the HeartMath Institute, showing that when we demonstrate sincere appreciation for other people or things in our life, that it not only makes them feel good, but it also benefits our own health and well-being. Gratitude brings coherence to the heart. It boosts the immune system. It also activates the brainstem, stimulating our feel-good hormones, which brings us to a calm, balanced state in the body-mind complex. So let us begin our practice of gratitude. I've chosen two different mudras or hand gestures to incorporate into the practice today. The first mudra is Padma mudra, which is the gesture of the lotus, and you just put the heels of the hands together, the sides of the thumbs, the baby fingers, and the other fingers just open out like a flower. The second mudra is Ushu's mudra, and you're just loosely knitting the fingers together and the thumbs are free. This mudra means gesture of the dawn, an affirmation to combine both. As gratitude and joy grow in my heart, I am sincerely present in each and every moment. We're going to do a heart-centered pranayama or breath practice, and we'll just hold our Padma mudra in front of the heart, just to bring attention to the heart area. And just close the eyes. And we're just going to start to breathe into the area of the heart, taking long, deep breaths. 5 to 6 counts on the inhale and 5 to 6 counts on the exhale. If this seems too much of a struggle, then just make it 3 or 4 counts, that's fine, and build up slowly. And as you continue breathing, now breathe right from the heart. Breathe in and around the heart center. And take a few breaths here, filling the lungs, filling the heart. And now as you're breathing, recall someone or something that you have appreciation for, that you would like to give your thanks to. And fill yourself up, fill your heart with breath. And continue breathing, and we're just going to add our mudras. So we're going to use our Usha mudra on the way up, on the inhale, and our Padma mudra on the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Just a couple more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Now we'll just do a few warm-ups. So we're just going to lace the hands together in our Usha's mudra, and we can turn the palms out. The elbows are going to stay slightly bent and supported, facing out, and the shoulders are gliding down the back. We're just going to inhale up and exhale down, and as we come down, we're just curving the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. And just do one more of those. Inhale up and exhale down. And then just taking a little lateral stretch over to the side, and inhale back to center and over to the other side and back to center. And then maybe even just doing a few circles, as if you're tracing a large plate. Inhale and exhale, and then reverse your circle. Inhale and exhale, always tying the movements to the breath. And then just bringing the arms back down in front of the chest area, and we're just going to work through the range of motion of the shoulders, so just circling the shoulders. And we're just widening the shoulder blades to kind of stretch that area. And when you've done a few circles one direction, just circle the other direction as well. And then we'll do one more, just opening the heart, reaching the arms wide, and then exhaling and curving the spine as you hold the hands together. Inhale. And exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, opening the arms, and exhale, closing the arms. And now we're going to move into a flow in a tabletop position on our knees, our hands and knees. So you're welcome to use a blanket if your knees are sensitive. You can just open it out so it's not too thick. And then we're just going to move on into our tabletop position here. I'll just demonstrate the flow to you once, and then we'll do it together a couple more times. So we're going to do 3 cat-cows, moving through the spine, opening the heart front and back. Inhale here, exhale as you curve. And then we're going to push back into the child's pose for one breath. On the next inhale, we'll ripple through the spine, lower down, bring ourselves up, back to the tabletop, tucking the toes and bringing yourself to a hover. So I'm just pushing into the balls of the feet and the toes and the hands, and just lifting the knees slightly to engage the core. And we're inhaling here, and we're going to exhale as we bring the hips up. And then we'll do that 3 times. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to the knees. And the sequence starts again. So we'll start from the beginning. Inhale with our cat-cow. Exhale. Really focusing on the heart. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, pressing back into a nice child's pose, rippling through the spine as you come up. A little push up. It's okay if you keep your hips a little higher for that one. And then tucking the toes under into a hover. Inhale, exhale, pressing the hips up. Inhale. And exhale, opening up the back line. And one more. Inhale, exhale. Let's maybe, if you're feeling open enough, just placing the heels down into a full down dog. Eyes focus through the legs. And then coming back to tabletop, due to our last sequence. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just being tied to the breath. Press back, exhaling. Inhale, ripple through the spine, lowering down and up. Back to your tabletop, tucking the toes into a little hover, and then lifting the hips, maybe pushing right into down dog if that feels good for you. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. And back to our knees. And now we'll move to standing. So we're just going to walk our hands back, tuck our feet, and just move your blanket out of the way if you've used a blanket. Place the hands on the floor, ground down into earth, and then just peel the feet onto the floor. Keep the knees bent, and then just slowly roll up through the spine to come to standing. Rolling the shoulders back at the top. And then I call this the walk of gratitude. We're just gonna do our Padma Mudra and place it at our heart center. And as we inhale, we're gonna step forward with our right foot. And as we exhale, we're just gonna do a soft spiral. And then we're gonna take a step with our left foot, inhaling, and softly spiral to the left. And continue on. Inhaling, right, exhaling, spiral, and stepping with the left, and exhaling to the left. And then just coming to the top of your mat. We'll just do some forward folds to bring some circulation to the body and open up the front and the back line. So we'll just use our mudras, the Usha mudra, inhaling up, and then coming through in the forward fold with the Padma mudra. Inhaling up, exhaling through. And you can bring a slight bend to the knees. Exhale, just doing maybe 6 of these. Inhale and exhale. And we'll just recover up to standing. Bringing the arms open to the sides. Now we're just going to do a little flow using chair pose and then stretching the shoulders open. So we're going to inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway, bringing the hands just above the knees on the legs. Bending the knees, lengthening the spine, and then inhaling here. Exhale, just curve the spine like you're doing a cat-cow. Inhale, curve it one more time. Exhale, inhale, and then just release over the thighs. Inhale, rebounding off the floor. And then just exhaling, bringing the hands behind the back and clasping the fingers together, kind of our Ushu's mudra. And then just drawing the shoulders back down. And the chest will come through, the heart will come through the center. Take a couple breaths here. And then inhale up and exhale. And then we'll do it again. Inhale, open, exhale. Inhale halfway. Exhale, inhale, exhale, curving the spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, releasing the spine in a full fold. Stretching the legs, rebounding up, and then bringing the hands into your clasp, but maybe the awkward clasp. So you're changing the organization of the fingers. And again, lifting the heart up, pressing down with the legs and the feet. Couple deep breaths here. Inhale up and exhale. For the next flow, we're going to be incorporating Warrior 1, Warrior 2, low lunge, Sphinx posture. So you want to get your blocks handy and a belt handy or whatever you're using in replacement of those things. So we're just going to inhale, exhale, bring the hands to heart center, and as you bring your hands to heart center, lift up the right leg And then just transfer the weight into the back foot, so you're into your warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the hands back into prayer. So if this position is not accessible to you, you could try maybe fists, or the belt is a really good tool, right? Or you can use a towel if you don't have a belt. And then once you're there, you're going to inhale. Exhale, you're going to start to forward fold over the front leg, keeping the spine nice and lengthened. And the idea here is to feel the back of the heart. So the sides of the baby fingers or the sides of the hands are pressing into the spine gently, and the spine is breathing into the hands. And if this is too intense, you can forgo the mudra at the back, the prayer mudra, and just use your blocks to support you. And the next inhale, we're going to press into the legs, recover up, and then we're going to turn the back foot and maybe increase the length. You can adjust as you need to. Opening the arms out to warrior two, and then just bending the arms. And we're going to inhale here. Exhale, bringing the forearms together and maybe the hands into our Padma Mudra. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and we'll do one more. Inhale and exhale. And just bringing the arms up and open. And we're just going to flow back, placing the back arm on the thigh, reaching back, and then placing the front arm on the thigh as we reach over. We'll just do that a few times. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And then just coming up, we're just going to turn the body so it's parallel. Lower the back knee and tucking the toes. We're in our low lunge now. And you can bring the blocks in just to center yourselves and to give yourself a little support. And you may want to just stay here using the support. If you're okay, you can bring the arms up and bring them into Padma Mudra, and just lifting the heart center. A few breaths here. Inhale up, opening the arms, taking the leg back, and just moving your blocks out of the way for a moment, and moving into your cobra or sphinx posture. So we're just bringing the arms forward. You can modify this as you need to for your own mobility. And while you're here, we're just going to make sure that we're relaxing the back of the hips, so rolling the femur heads in, and we're lengthening the legs, so you want to almost feel like you're reaching your toenails, all your toenails, into the floor and spreading them open. And then lift inside the core muscles. Take a few breaths here, relaxing the shoulder blades down the back, and breathing into the heart center. And then rolling down, bring the hands beside the ribs. Just press back through a nice child's pose for a counter stretch. Take a nice breath here. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips into your down dog. And then walking to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway, exhale, release. And then rebound up, inhaling, bringing the hands to heart center. And then we're going to do a little balance here. So we'll do Gardanasana, eagle pose. And we start with the feet together. Bend the knees to prepare. And then just lift the right foot off the floor. And you may just put it into a low position, right? If you have knee issues, the fullest expression of this posture is to wrap, but you don't have to. You can just keep it where it's safe for you. And then the arms are going to inhale, open, and you'll sweep the right arm under the left. And your focus is just through the arms here. And you're just going to breathe. And this is a beautiful posture for just bringing everything into the center. And it also opens up the back of the heart between the shoulder blades. On the next inhale, we'll open up everything. Exhale, and just anchor yourself back to the center. Give yourself a breath here. And now we'll do the same sequence again, using the left leg. I'm just giving you a different perspective here. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Lifting the left leg, stepping back into our Virabhadrasana. 1. Inhale up. Opening the arms, bringing the hands into prayer or your modification, using your belt or another position. Inhale deeply. Exhale, start to reach forward, lengthening the tailbone, lengthening the spine. Eye focuses towards the floor. And then breathing into the back of the heart. Shoulders are calm. Few breaths here. Pressing into the feet, inhaling to recover up, opening the arms, and then just turning the back foot and maybe opening to a little wider. You can see how you feel. The most important part is just to make sure the ankle and the knee are in line, the front. And then we're going to just bend the arms, and we're going to exhale and inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And one more. Exhale. And inhale. Opening into the warrior. And then just cycling back and forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. And one more. Inhale, back. And exhale, forward. Coming through, and then just turning the body into our lunge, and then lowering the back knee. Maybe pulling your blocks in if that's your choice. If you're okay to reach up with the arms. And for a few breaths. And then release. And then we're going to move the blocks to the side, take the hands onto the mat, and lower down. Let's move this block out of the way into our cobra, our sphinx posture. So again, reaching the legs nice and long, spreading the toenails on the floor, and rotating the legs in slightly. Lifting the abdominal muscles gently, and then taking a few breaths here. You could maybe, if you're feeling more open, you can extend the arms and just go a little higher. And then coming down, we're going to take the hands beside the ribs and pull back in a counter stretch. for one breath. And then tucking the toes, lifting the hips. One breath in down dog. And then just carrying yourself to the front of the mat, inhaling halfway, exhale, forward fold, and then recovering up. Ready for our eagle posture on the left side. So again, just bending the legs, feet are tight together. Lifting the left foot, inhale. Taking this left leg to the place that feels right for you, right? If you're okay to wrap, that's great. If not, don't worry. And then just wrapping the arms. With each breath, we're just trying to relax the shoulders down, the back. Squeezing the center line. A couple more breaths here. And then on the next inhale, opening up and bringing yourself back to your center. So we're just going to go through another series of movements, a flow sequence. And we're going to start by placing the right leg out to the side. And then we're going to place our left hand down on the floor. If this feels like it's too far of a distance for you, you can use your block here. So you can put your block on the floor. And we're trying to keep the hips forward, the hips stacked on top of each other and the shoulders stacked so that we stay sideways. And we're just going to reach up over. And the eye line can look down at the hand, or it could look straight ahead, or you can even tuck your nose into the arm here, whatever feels good. And you're just breathing deeply. We're trying to kind of open up the heart to the ceiling a little bit. And do a few breaths there. Pushing into the supporting leg, foot. And then coming back up. And then just placing that hand gently on the side of the thigh. We're going to bend the other way. And again, you can keep the head erect, or you could turn the head up here. And a few breaths opening up the side body, lifting the heart, opening the heart. Breathing in gratitude. And coming through the center. And then just bringing the knees together and taking the arms up. And placing the heels of the hands on the sacrum and just lifting. And then coming through and reaching forward into kind of a puppy pose, just to stretch out the back. And then rolling up on the next inhale. And we'll take the other side. So if you're using the block, you can place the block on the other side. And place the left leg out, adjust your body here, and then taking the arm up. Nice deep breath. Really feeling a nice long line. And lifting out of the underarm so you're not sinking in the shoulder. And just push up. And place the hand on the leg, and we'll just stretch the other direction now. And recovering up, bringing the legs together, and again, inhale, exhale, place the heels of the hands, and then we're going to lift the heart up and back. Coming through, and then just reaching again into a puppy pose. So if this is too much for your shoulders, you can always bring your hands in and just rest the forehead on the hands here. But the hips are high, so that you can get a nice space for the back. And then coming up, and then we're just going to move into Navasana, or boat pose. So the fullest expression of this posture is to extend the legs and the arms. You could even go into Padma Mudra, and we'll be doing 5 breaths. You can modify this by bending the legs. You can further modify, if you have back issues, by just laying flat, pressing the palms underneath the hips, and then maybe lifting the legs, maybe even extending them. So you can do any one of those modifications. Wherever you are, holding for 5 breaths. And then coming out of that. And the next posture we're going to move into is Purvottanasana, or supine plank. And you just place the arms behind you, about 12 centimeters. You can adjust the distance as you need to. The fingers face towards the hips. And we're wrapping the elbows back. They're going to stay slightly bent. And the legs are going to extend. And then you just press down through the body and you lift the hips up. So you're activating the back line of the body here. And you can have 5 breaths here. A modification for this is bending the knees and just lifting the hips here. A further modification, if that is not good for your shoulders and your wrists, if you don't like that one, this is another really good option to activate part of the back line of the body. So whichever version you've chosen, just make sure you've connected with the breath 5 times. And then lowering down. Now we'll get ready for our restorative postures. You'll need to have 1 or 2 blankets and a bolster, or if you don't have a bolster, you can just use some pillows. And if you have blocks, you might be using the blocks here, and you might also want to use a belt. And we'll just place the rectangular bolster on this side here. And we're going to scallop the legs. We'll put the hip right against the bolster, and then just fan the legs. And we're going to inhale first, and exhale, start to fold over the bolster. The direction of your head is up to you. You can see what feels good. If you want a little bit more of a spiral, you'll just turn the head to the back. The palms are face up or down. Just, you want to have nice space between the back of the shoulders, so you're not gripping the shoulders close to you. And then you're just going to close the eyes and surrender to the bolster. Going into your heart-centered breaths again. Breathing right into the heart. And maybe recalling something that you're grateful for. Maybe it's just your breath. Maybe you're grateful for your heart. And with these forward twists, we're helping to kind of milk different systems in the body, giving them a little massage. It's very relaxing to be in a forward fold. And you can get a lot of feedback from the support, from the bolster as it presses into the body on areas that may be resistant, that you need to just breathe into and release. We'll just do one more breath here. And then just bring the knees together. We're just going to do a little twist out of this. So bringing the back arm underneath you. And we're just going to open the upper body. And if this is too much for your shoulders, you can always bring your hand down to your heart. And you could even open further and just open the arms. Do a couple breaths here. And then come back. And we'll go onto the hands and knees. And just do a couple of movements with the spine. Whatever you're inspired to do, you can just move around and just equal out the spine. And then we'll do the other side. So you'll place your other hip, scallop the legs, inhale, and exhale forward, relaxing the arms in a position that you're going to be able to release the back. And you can turn your head to whatever direction feels right for you. And then again, just start to connect with the breath. Let your body completely soften into the support. And just being grateful in this moment. Being present. Feeling the breath move through the body, expanding, condensing the ribs. Maybe you can feel the heart beating. Just a few more breaths here. On the next inhale, we're just going to move into a little twist, an opening from our twist, bringing the outside arm, and then spiraling. You can bring the knees together. Maybe this arm is maybe it's too much for the shoulder, right? You can bring that in. Or maybe you want to open up the shoulder line here. Nice deep breaths. And then just coming back through, placing the hands on the floor, moving the knees, and again, just allowing yourself to move through the spine. You can circle the ribs. And then we're going to go into the next supported posture, which is heart bed, or it's reclined butterfly as well, supportive butterfly. So we'll again use the rectangular bolster. And you can modify this in a few different ways. So if you like to be a little bit deeper, you can just leave it flat. If you want a little more support, you can use your block here to lift the bolster. You can even go a little higher by changing the angle, right? Or you can even go right up and use 2 blocks this way. Right, so it's up to you. I'm going to go on the flattest one here. And then you're going to take one of your blankets. And we're going to go on just keeping it folded this way. We're going to just roll the blanket here. And then you'll put your hips just back against the back of the bolster here. And we're going to put the soles of the feet together. And then you're going to take your blanket and just wrap it around your feet. What this does, it kind of supports the ankles and the knees as well. If you want to cover yourself with another blanket, be nice and cozy. And you could even use an eye pillow here if you want. And then you're just opening the arms. You want the palms up so the shoulder blades go down the back. And then you're just allowing yourself to, again, be supported, completely surrender to the bolster. Lay in your heart bed for a couple minutes here, and I'll just play the crystal bowl for you and just let the sound enter through all your cells. Good posture. So to prepare for the supported shoulder stand, you just turn your bolster horizontally. If you have back issues, you may just want to go flat. You may not want to use this. You can try it and see, and if there's any discomfort that you don't feel comfortable with, just move the bolster out of the way. You might also want to have your belt handy here. So we're just going to come onto the bolster. And I like to have the edge supporting my waist, and then the rest of the back of my pelvis is also supported. And then just lifting the legs up. Maybe you want to have your belt, you can wrap it around your feet. And we don't want to be reaching with the arms. We want the shoulders to press down into the floor gently. And you don't have to use a belt if you're comfortable with your legs up and you don't need it. You could also do this against a wall with the bolster or not if you need a little more support. And we could do a few little stretches forward and back, just lengthening the legs. Using the breath, inhale and exhale. And then just finding a comfortable position, whether you want to use the belt or not. If you're not using the belt, you might even want to lengthen the arms above the head. We're going to flex the feet. If you have issues with swelling in the ankles or the feet, this is a nice way of relieving that. And just being in an inversion like this brings a calming state to the body and the mind. Just closing the eyes here for a few more breaths. And then taking the arms down beside us, and then just lowering the feet to the floor. And to come out of this, we'll just push into the floor and do a little mini bridge. And then you can just move your bolster out of the way and gently bring the back down to the floor. And then just give yourself a little hug here and a little movement on the spine. And the sacrum, a little massage. And we'll move into our final posture and the guided meditation, Shavasana. So make sure you're nice and warm and comfortable. You'll open the legs in a nice V so that you can let the muscles in the legs relax. And just cover yourself up. And you might even want to put your eye pillow on if you have an eye pillow right now. And the arms are just down in a low V with the palms up. Just take a couple deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And one more, inhale through the nose, and let go through the mouth. And we'll be here for a few minutes. So just allow yourself to rest. Aware of the nose on my face, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling to the nose on my face, I breathe out. Aware of my ears, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling to my ears, I breathe out. Aware of my mouth, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling, I breathe out. Aware of my shoulders, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling at my shoulders, I breathe out. Aware of my arms, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling at my arms, I breathe out. Aware of my hands, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling at my hands, I breathe out. Aware of my legs, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling at my legs, I breathe out. Aware of my feet, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling at my feet, I breathe out. Aware of my lungs, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling at my lungs, I breathe out. Aware of my heart, I breathe in gratefully. Smiling at my heart, I breathe out. Breathing into the heart, with each breath filling you up and expanding you outwards. Feelings of sincere gratitude fill every cell of your body. Bring into your mind someone you would like to thank and send them your heartfelt appreciation. And just starting to move the fingers and the toes. Maybe moving the head side to side gently. And then just bringing the knees into the chest. And rolling onto one side. Taking a few breaths there, and then making your way up to a seated posture. And just bringing the hands to Padma Mudra at heart center. Taking a nice deep breath in and a full exhale. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. I hope it nourished you. Namaste.